Or maybe they're not in for a surprise. Who knows? I mean, there's been a lot of things going on recently over the past several weeks, months, and even in the recent days. I don't know how much will really actually surprise me. But this incident here, this particular situation ended up leaving 7 people dead and like thousands of people injured. It's just wild how many different things we need to be prepared for, right? All these different things we need to watch out for. And this is why these insurance companies make so much freaking money. I mean, like, there's so many ways you can get screwed up in this world, right? And I feel like, with all of the different things that are going on right now, what is going on, you guys? By the way, if you are able to see and hear me okay, definitely just drop a quick comment. Let me know if you're able to see and hear me okay during this live session. And also drop a like for the video. I appreciate it. But, with all the different things we're talking about lately, the Israel-Hamas war, earthquakes, natural disasters, tornadoes, train derailments. I mean, it's no wonder why insurance costs as much as it does. I mean, anybody who owns a home and is paying any kind of, homeowners insurance understands that those rates keep getting higher and higher and higher. And I think most people really dread their homeowners insurance policy expiring because they know they're going to get an email, maybe a phone call, maybe a letter in the mail from their insurance company or from their insurance broker, their insurance agent, telling them, hey, you're up for renewal. Let's talk about these new rates. And the rates never go down. They always go up, even if you don't file claims. I know I'm not the only one in this boat here. You know what I'm saying? What's up, you guys? Rosalind, Edwin Waters, Mary Clock. What's going on? Did I see Kevin in there? I think I saw. Oh yeah, Kevin's in there. Kevin said he will never fly Japanese Air, and I would love to know why you said that, Kevin. But this is just crazy. Like all these different things we gotta watch out for, and this is why these insurance companies just keep popping up. You got AIG, Allstate, Travelers, like State Farm. Jake from State Farm. Like this is why they got so much money to advertise to us because they understand like how many disasters people are just like about to walk into. Like earlier today we were talking about that New York City train derailment. I mean, come on, like you can't even make it home safely without the freaking New York City transit station keeping the train from being derailed and crashing into another train. Did you guys hear about that one? Anyway, hit me up in the comments if you guys heard about that one. But one thing that kind of pissed me off, and if you receive Social Security, any kind of fixed income benefits, or matter of fact, even if you don't get Social Security yet, especially if you get Social Security, SSI, SSDI, this is probably going to piss you off, right? And I want to share with you guys what we're this whole Walmart situation, but this one got me fired up here. Matter of fact, I want to go ahead and show it to you real quick. So, how do I turn this camera around? So look at this, guys. Retiring House Republican says that $174,000 a year is not enough money for members of Congress. Most of us don't have wealth. Now, I want you to think about that for a second. Try to get situated here. Now, I want you to think about that for a second. How can you possibly say, and I don't know, maybe I'm off base. If I'm off base, if I've lost touch with reality, you guys just correct me in the comments or whatever. A retiring House Republican says that $174,000 a year isn't enough money for members of Congress. He says most of us don't have wealth. Now, I just want to go ahead and fact check that statement. So I'm going to go to Google real quick. Let me just clip this on my shirt so I don't have to hold this while I'm typing. Because I want to know what is the average net worth of a congressman? And I just say congressman just because people say congressman or whatever. Oh my God. Get this, guys. So according to Wikipedia, right? As of 2020, over half, more than 50% of Congress, excuse me, more than half of the members of Congress were millionaires. And get this, the median net worth of members was approximately $1 million. The original documents for each member's disclosure are publicly available on a database website maintained by Open Secrets. So I guess if you're, I guess if you're, if I guess if you're a millionaire or above, $174,000 is not enough to live off of. How does that resonate with you, knowing that Social Security folks who are getting shortchanged left and right can't get a raise, can't get the $200 bonus or $200 increase that was promised by, certain congressmen and women that I'm not going to name right now. But how does that make you feel? Now, I don't want to harp on this, but there's something else I got to share with you. Get this, guys, members of Congress made $174,000 and haven't gotten a raise in about 15 years. So it's almost like they're complaining about how few days they have to work. Like, think about how many times have I reported to you guys in a year that Congress is on recess? You know what I'm talking about, right? So Congress is like forever on recess. They're forever doing whatever they want to do. And most of the things they want to do ain't helping me and you. So they're all on recess. They're making $174,000 a year or more, because some members are making 200 something thousand dollars a year. And I'm pretty sure they're all investing in the stock market with, access to whatever kind of information. I mean, what Nancy Pelosi and her husband were up to in terms of their investments and their trading. And so I'm not going to go into all the details there, but you know about their investments, right? And they're saying that they haven't gotten a raise in about 15 years. So I can understand why not getting a raise in 15 years would piss you off, right? If I didn't get a raise in 15 years, I would be pissed off. Like, let me ask you guys, when's the last time you got a raise? I'm gonna try to keep an eye on some of these comments over here. I got a couple things going on. But hit me up, guys. When's the last time you got a raise? And like, how much was the raise, if you don't mind disclosing it? You don't have to say the exact dollar amount if you don't want to. You could just be like, I got a raise like 5 years ago and it was like 2%, right? Now, obviously, inflation is like 3% right now. So they say CPI inflation right now is about 3%. Last year, CPI inflation was like 8.7%, which is why the COLA increase was so big. But anyway, the bottom line is inflation is way more than what they're reporting. And I'm pretty sure most people haven't gotten a raise recently. And if they did, it's nothing to like really write home about. But meanwhile, you got congressmen and women with a cushy job, cushy little office job with the air conditioning. Probably get free donuts, probably get, free coffee and lunch and breakfast and all sorts of other fringe benefits, complaining that $174,000 of annual income with an average net worth of $1 million ain't cutting it. Saying that, hold on, it gets worse. He, quote, most of us live on the salary. And he said, quote, most of us don't have wealth. So now this opens up the question to, well, what is wealth? Because, okay, hold on. Since I did the average net worth of congressmen, let me just compare Congress to the average American. Because if you think about it, Congress is supposed to represent America, right? So let me just ask Google, what is the average net worth of the average American? Let me type. Okay. Now, before I even answer this, I want you guys to just type in the comments a guess. What do you think? Now, I've already told you the average net worth of congressmen and women is approximately $1 million. So that means that there's people with way more than $1 million. But to be fair, that would mean that there are some congressmen and women with less than $1 million of net worth, right? But the average salary is $174,000 a year, and they're highly connected. So between their investments and their different benefits and whatnot, any of them can easily become a millionaire. For the few of them who are not yet millionaires or in that millionaire net worth bracket, right? But so we already know that Congress average net worth is $1 million. I want you guys, I just want to see how close you guys would be. What do you think the average net worth of the average American is? Just drop a quick comment what you think the average net worth of the average American is. And I'm gonna come back to this in a second. I'm gonna give you a chance to kind of throw in your guesses. And don't cheat. Don't go on Google and search it yourself. Like, just let's have a little fun. So Gino Roberts says $350,000. Kevin says they got rich off them stimulus checks because they pocketed them. Oh, whoa! And you remember how many millionaires and billionaires were getting that free stimulus paycheck? What was it, the PPP money? That Paycheck Protection Program that was supposed to be saving millions of Americans' jobs from being wiped out, from being lost. I mean, there was millions of people being laid off. If you guys remember those statistics, we had unemployment numbers in the millions, not hundreds of thousands. There were people if I remember, I want to say there was like 12 million people laid off during that time. All right. So I promise you I will go back and look at these comments, what you guys thought the average net worth of the average American here in America is, right? So Kevin says they stay effing us over. Oh my God, that guy. Y'all see him in the comments, don't you? So Rebecca Brown says 150,000. Sandra Hurst says a net worth of $80,000. Jacob Anaya says $50,000, if that. Mary Clock says $60,000 or less. By the way, Mary, thank you for being a member of the channel. I appreciate your supporting the channel. By the way, if you guys want to support the channel, you're more than welcome to do so. I would totally appreciate that, guys. If you guys want to support the content, there's a join button down below. I appreciate all of you, whether you're a member or not. Ramona Oliver says $25,000. Peaches McDowell says $30,000 to $79,000. I want to get a couple more guesses in here real quick. Man, y'all showing so much love. I really appreciate it. You guys are dope. All right. So, Pamela Gilly says $70,000. Mikey Mike says $120,000. And one more person, Sarah England, says $80,000. All right. So let's see. So according to Google, well, Google's not saying it. It's actually according to thehill.com. So thehill.com says the most recent report includes data collected mainly in 2022. Between 2019 and 2022, so that's pretty recent, right? The median net worth of U.S. households surged 37% to $192,900, according to the report. Wow. So I wonder how many of you guys are surprised to hear that the median U.S. household net worth in America is $192,000. Now, of course, what the median net worth is, the median is not the average. Like, the average numbers will kind of get a little skewed. It's kind of like, imagine everyone had like a $50,000 net worth, and then you throw in like Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, just some of the wealthiest people in the United States into that average. The average would be skewed so high because they're all billionaires. And so the average wouldn't be closer to that $50,000 mark that I mentioned. It would be probably closer to making it look like most people in America have like $10 million net worths. And we know that's not the case. So, but the median is different from the average, because the median is literally right down the middle. It's literally saying 50% of Americans have a net worth of $192,000. And basically, half of America has a net worth of more than $192,000, and half of America has a net worth of less than $192,000. But that is actually surprisingly higher than I would have expected, to be honest with you guys. I saw a comment in here just now. Miss Preacher says that's in upper class neighborhoods and suburbs. Um, that could be. I mean, that would make sense. I'm with you on that, Peaches. Obviously there's always like exceptions to the rule. Some people are not necessarily living in the best neighborhoods, but they're living in a neighborhood that's inexpensive and they're stacking that paper, keeping their expenses and overhead low and building that net worth faster. So that is possible. Um, yeah. Texas Life Julie says exactly half. Um, yeah, so that was kind of interesting. But all right, so there's a couple other key points I wanted to hit here because it just for me it just seems like a big disconnect between Congress and the everyday average American here. Like the average American doesn't make $174,000 a year. Like, do you want to know what the average person earns per year? Because the average person ain't earning $174,000. I ain't got to ask Google to find that out. And I'm pretty sure you guys know, right? Um, so I mean, I could jump on Google and just Google what's the average salary or average household income. But see, that's the thing. I can't even ask the average household income because the average Congress person makes $174,000 a year. That's just one person. Most of these people in Congress are married. I'm willing to bet that their spouse probably makes at least somewhere in the ballpark of what they're making, right? So these people on a minimum is probably making at least $400,000 a year, and they're representing people who on average make less than $100,000 a year. Like, do you feel like you're properly represented here in the United States? I'm just curious, guys. Maybe I'm just saying. So the article goes on to say this probably, I love how they say probably, right? It says that probably seems like a decent amount of money, and it is the median household income in 2022. Oh, they did the homework for me. Okay, because I didn't read this. I didn't read this before I went live with you guys, right? So it says that probably seems like a decent amount of money, the $174,000 in income that Congress is making, right? And it is. But they go on to say that the median household income in 2022 was $74,580, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Now, get this, guys. They're comparing the total household income, the total household median income in America for 2022. So they're comparing how much you and your spouse makes, and maybe even your kids, because it's saying household income is the median. So they're all of the people in the median household in America make 74,000. So in other words, you might live in a house with three people. You might live in a house with four people. You might live in a house with five people. What they're saying is that out of all the people who have a job or maybe a household business, online business, however they make their money, out of all the people that live in that house, they're bringing in a median of just under $75,000 a year. And they're comparing that to one congressperson who makes $174,000 a year. That's not even fair. They and see, this is how they get you. They always trying to pull a fast one on you. This is what my grandmother used to say. Oh, they just trying to pull a fast one, right? So this is them pulling a fast one again because they're trying to make this comparison. They're not comparing apples to apples. They're comparing how much one congressperson makes at $174,000 a year to how much a whole household makes at $74,000 a year. So let's just be fair. Let's be fair. And I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's just assume households only have two income earners. And we all know that's not true. Most households, if there's kids in the house, the kids have jobs, and, because the cost of living is so much more expensive, mortgage rates are so much higher, home values are so much higher. Kids are not moving out as quickly because they can't afford to do it. So now you have adult children living in these households, making all this money. Not all this money because they ain't making that much money, but they can't afford to leave. So that means that there's even more people living in this house that is attributing to this household income number, right? But let's be super conservative. Let's say there's only two income earners in the house. So that would mean if you divide 70, let's just call it $75,000 for easy numbers, right? So let's just say The household income $75,000. There's only two income earners in the house. That's about $37,500 in income per person, right? So really, if we're going to compare apples to apples, you got to compare one American to one congressperson's income. So the real number is you're comparing the average earner making $37,000 compared to Congress making $174,000. You tell me if that's fair. All right. So anyway, um, so then they go on to say, meanwhile, they ain't cutting no checks to Social Security. Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back. They are cutting checks to Social Security. Social Security, fixed income folks, SSI, SSDI, they received a 3.5% pay bump. They got a 3.5% raise. Big whoop, right? So anyway, where are we at? So meanwhile, inflation has eaten away at the value of that salary over time. If lawmakers' salary had kept pace with inflation, they would be paid over $250,000 today. So then you got Representative Patrick Henry, a North Carolina Republican who served as the interim Speaker of the House during Kevin McCarthy's ouster. Because remember, Kevin McCarthy, he got booted. He got like promoted, and then he got he got booted. Oh my God, he got booted like mad quickly. Anyway, I'll probably get booted too. They don't want me in that position. If I ran for president, would y'all vote for me? No, I'm just kidding. I ain't running for no freaking president. But anyway, so here it is. Patrick Henry, a North Carolina Republican who has served as the interim Speaker for the House following Kevin McCarthy's ouster, told the Dispatch that congressional pay needs to be raised in order to attract credible people to run for office. So you see what kind of game they're trying to pull here, right, guys? So basically, they're trying to say 174 grand a year is not enough. They need to be making more like 250. So now, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? They're telling us that Social Security is running out of money, but they're making an argument to give themselves what's the difference between $174,000 and $250,000? They're trying to give themselves like a $75,000 raise every year. Did you get a $75,000 raise? I mean, I'm willing to bet that nobody on this live with me right now got a $75,000 raise. And if I'm wrong, please correct me, because I'm okay with being wrong. But I'm willing. I ain't no betting man, but I'm willing to bet. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous, yo. All right. So anyway, so Walmart product sparks recall after leaving 7 dead and thousands injured. So basically, this is an article that I came across, and as you can see, because I didn't show that to you, I just want y'all to see I ain't making up stuff, because I ain't gotta make up stuff. There's plenty of stuff out here to talk about. And for people who be like, Ron, you be exaggerating, you clickbait. Dude, I don't really care. If you don't like my videos, just don't watch. So anyway, so check this out. Walmart product, and you're probably thinking, well, what product is this, right? This Walmart product sparked mass recall after leaving 7 dead and thousands injured, right? So it goes on to say here, tiny magnetic balls. How you start an article off talking about some tiny magnetic balls? Anyway, I'm probably, I'm a child. Forgive me. So tiny magnetic balls sold exclusively at Walmart are being recalled for causing illnesses and even death in some consumers as they do not comply with safety regulations. The seemingly innocent relax magnetic, and they put relax in quotations. So I wonder, like, what are people using these balls for as they relax? I'm going to try to keep my imagination from wandering too far. So the seemingly innocent relax magnetic balls, marketed as building blocks and stress relievers, I hope they don't vibrate. I don't know if they vibrate or not. Anyway, have been linked to a horrifying toll of 7 deaths and numerous hospitalizations. The recall issued by the Consumer Product Safety Commission comes after the revelation that these small but powerful magnetic balls, sold exclusively at Walmart, have wreaked havoc on unsuspecting consumers. Sold in sets of 216 multicolored balls measuring 5 millimeters each. These spheres were available at Walmart from February 2022 to April 2023, priced at a mere $14 to $15. So, I mean, who knows? Any of y'all bought some of these magnetic balls, and what are you doing with these balls? I'm just wondering. I mean, and I'm not here to judge. What you do with your balls, that's entirely on you. The recall notice exposed over 4,200 units that were affected, and the Safety Commission estimates that a staggering 2,400 cases of magnetic ingestion treated in hospital emergency departments between 2017 and 2021. I'm reading some comments on what people might be doing with these magnetic balls, and y'all starting to scare me, guys. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this one because I got a feeling there's more to come on this Walmart magnetic ball recall situation. And yes, I said situation. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed hanging out. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Take care and be safe.